heavy armor, executing rivals without a harbor. Never learned the weight of the silent play, always handling the business the messy way. I fought in the streets for the territory lines, ignoring the leverage of corporate designs. Looking back through the encrypted glass, I barely recognized that reckless past. He wasn't weak, he was just blind to the absolute power of a tactical mind. The years didn't take away my edge, they simply digitized the blade. The years changed the way I strike, I don't swing at the shadows in the night. Some victories are sealed with a wire transfer, some wars are won before they ask for an answer. I still crush the rivals when it matters, I still leave the competition in tatters. But the years change the way I strike, now I protect the monopoly, completely out of sight. I manipulate the data, liquidate the assets and deal with them later. Watch the street bosses get caught in the snare, while I orchestrate the panic from the billionaire's chair. I watch quiet codes move the global market, without ever leaving a trace on the target. Restraint isn't surrender, it is the setup for the kill. Paralyzing the network, imposing my will. Experience doesn't make you peaceful, it makes you utterly surgical. The years change the way I strike, I don't swing at the shadows in the night. Some victories are sealed with a wire transfer, some wars are won before they ask for an answer. I still crush the rivals when it matters, I still leave the competition in tatters. But the years change the way I strike, now I protect the monopoly, completely out of sight. Amateurs fight for respect, cartels fight for territory. I fight for absolute, unchecked control. I don't waste resources trying to defeat an enemy, I simply acquire them. No physical reaction, pure intention. Zero fingerprints, total domination. The years change the way I strike, now I engineer the collapse of their mighty heights. I eliminate what threatens the grand design, instead of wasting bullets on the front line. The ambition still operates cold and deep, while the rest of the underworld is put to sleep. The years change the way I strike, and the empire stands untouched. The most lethal blow I ever delivered was not with my hands, it was a single keystroke. Perfect silence. I used to watch the loud cartels make the noise, thinking power was measured by a violent voice, until I watched the quiet architects rise and liquidate the loud ones beneath the night skies. The most lethal hands I have ever known build global monopolies instead of throwing stones. They execute with patience, operate with grace, never leaving a fingerprint at the place. There is a dominance that doesn't doesn't need to shout. It simply wipes the competition out. Silence isn't surrender, it is the ultimate control. Quiet doesn't mean weak, it means the predator learned when to speak. The ambition still burns beneath the skin, it just no longer needs to broadcast the wind. A steady hand, an encrypted drive can bury an empire and bury it alive. Quiet doesn't mean weak, it means my absolute power has nothing to prove. Has nothing to prove. I've known street bosses threatening everyone in sight, yet they couldn't secure their own network at night. And I've known the fixers who barely spoke a word, whose presence made the entire underworld disturb. The algorithm never argues with the dying trend, it simply calculates the exact moment it ends. The offshore wire never raises its tone, yet it crushes the hardest cartel to the bone. The older I become, the less I admire the noise. Real power's treating my rivals like toys. Discipline isn't mercy, it is a lethal weapon wearing a tailored suit. Quiet doesn't mean weak, it means the predator learned when to speak. The ambition still burns beneath the skin, it just no longer needs to broadcast the wind. A steady hand, an encrypted drive can bury an empire and bury it alive. Quiet doesn't mean weak, it means my absolute power has nothing to prove. A monarch who can destroy and executes the strike with zero hesitation, understands power. A monarch who answers a threat with absolute silence is already holding the deed to their grave, grave, grave. Zero ego, pure profit, zero reaction, total elimination. Quiet doesn't mean weak, I have orchestrated enough storms to know the hardest battles are not in the streets, they are fought in the ledges down below. Now I measure strength by the patience I keep, while the rest of the underworld falls to sleep. By the courage to remain completely unseen, while my assets run through the global machine. Quiet doesn't mean weak, it means the years refine the steel. The sharpest blade isn't the loudest, it is the one that strikes without breaking the seal. When I was young, I wanted them to fear me. Now I just want them gone. Perfect silence. You would never know by looking at the suit, the silent execution, the absolute truth. I'll shake their hands with quiet confidence, while quietly dismantling their defense. I smile when the cartel bosses laugh, already slicing their empire in half. Drive back to the house in the midnight rain, having orchestrated an international drain. Not every storm lives in the open sky. Some are engineered by the digital eye. The weak pray to survive the storm. I am the one who dictates its form. I strictly control the weather. Market crashes behind my steady eyes. Liquidations buried in the silence. Hostile takeovers hidden by a smile. Still I show up at the boardroom morning, giving the syndicate absolutely zero warning. I strictly control the weather and watch the absolute destruction fall on them. Watch the rivals drown when the hurricane hits. I freeze the accounts while the syndicate splits. No pain in my language, no bitterness found. Just the sound of the empire burning to the ground. I close the doors they never wanted shut. Bleed the capital with the surgical cut. The rain feels like a victory song, a reminder that they never belonged. I change the seasons with the keystroke strike, wiping out the competition in the dead of night. Absolute power isn't built in the light. It is secured in the darkest night. I strictly control the weather. Market crashes behind my steady eyes. Liquidations buried in the silence. Hostile takeovers hidden by a smile. Still I show up at the boardroom morning, giving the syndicate absolutely zero warning. I strictly control the weather and watch the absolute destruction fall on them. Strength isn't surviving the storm. It is locking your rivals outside, watching the floodwaters rise, and maintaining a perfect profit margin. Heavy clouds, steady hands, frozen accounts, total command. Devastation from the highest floor, while my assets multiply behind the vault door. I strictly control the weather, and if they ever cross my path, they will be standing in front of a man who brings the winter. Amateurs wait for better days. I cancel them. Perfect silence. People think silence means nothing hurts. Sometimes silence just means you still have work to do. Morning comes comes before the sun. Another shift, another mile. A tired back beneath a clean shirt. Another practiced steady smile. The bills don't wait for better days. Promises don't pay themselves. So we tighten up our boots again and carry what life handed us. Not because we're made of steel, not because we never bend, because someone is counting on us to show up once again. Strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's simply showing up. Men like us don't complain. We breathe deep and carry on. Not because the weight is light, but because the road is long. The rain can soak our jackets. The wind can test our stride. Men like us don't complain. We save our strength for what matters most. I've watched fathers hide their worries behind jokes around the table. I've seen old friends wear quiet smiles while carrying more than they were able. The world remembers loud victories. It rarely notices steady hands. The ones who keep the light still burning or rebuild what life demands. We don't need another medal. We don't need another name. There's dignity in doing the job, even when nobody applauds. Character is what remains after the applause fades. Men like us don't complain, not because we never feel, because every word we choose to keep protects something that's real. We'll ask for help when it's needed. We'll stand together when we can. Men like us don't complain, but we never walk away from the people we love. This isn't about hiding pain. It's about remembering that responsibility still deserves an answer. Some days, that answer is simply keep going. One more mile, one more sunrise, one more promise kept. Men like us don't complain. We don't measure life by ease. We measure it by honest work, by quiet nights and inner peace. If tomorrow brings another storm, we'll meet it like we always have. Not with anger, not with fear, but with steady hands and an unbroken word. Men like us don't complain. We just keep going. Not every hero has a loud story. Some simply keep their promises. think the neon lights are just for show, but every bulb is a camera, every wire is a vein. The city watches everything, and I watch the city. I acquired anew. Every sector, every financial zone knows a syndicate operates alone. A burner phone rests between my hands, executing the hostile takeover plans. The city whispers soft and low. The wire transfers I let go. I leave no trace of what I have done, but the mainframe tracks everyone. Neon lights know my secrets. Every bribe, every unseen debt, every competitor I put to sleep, every hostile threat I met. Neon lights know my secrets. Though I never leave a word, they illuminate the money trail and the alarms that no one heard. There is a server in an underground bay where the laundering algorithms play. Now the screen in front of me sits still, processing the accounts I intend to kill. The data taps rhythms on the blast, keeping time with the fortunes I amass. And every drop in the market cap is another rival card inside the trap. The market changes, the empires fade, but the underground monopoly is made. Neon lights know my secrets. Every bribe, every unseen debt, every competitor I put to sleep, every hostile threat I've met. Neon lights know my secrets. Though I never leave a word, they illuminate the money trail and the alarms that no one heard. If these grids could speak tonight, they would expose the financial fight about the architect controlling the board and the silent power he has stored. Neon lights know my secrets, but they never judge my game. They watch the corporations fall, and they watch me erase the name. Neon lights know my secrets, from the first wire to the last. They are the silent witnesses to the shadows I have cast. The grid goes dark, the fun's clear, perfect silence. The civilians sleep because they trust the system. The watchdogs sleep because they are blind. I stay awake because I own both of them.
The city sleeps beneath the digital haze. Firewalls flicker through the corporate maze. Shell companies drift down offshore lanes, while I quietly extract the final gains. The markets close, the daylight is gone. The politicians have all moved on, but the syndicate never shuts down. I wear the midnight silence like a crown. Every hidden legend knows my name. Every rival burns inside the flame. I am the last man awake tonight, watching the global markets bleed out white. No regulators left to track the flight, just offshore accounts and satellite lights. I am the last man awake tonight, manipulating every wrong and right, while the federal watchdogs dream away. I am the apex predator at play. An encrypted drive inside my coat, blackmail files on the men who vote. Some were bought, some turned to dust. There is nobody left I need to trust. The algorithms move like phantom trains, laundering capital through unseen veins. They say that life is not about control. I say you buy the world and own it whole. The midnight hour asks no questions here. It only breeds the architects of fear. I am the last man awake tonight, watching the global markets bleed out white. No regulators left to track the flight, just offshore accounts and satellite lights. I am the last man awake tonight, manipulating every wrong and right, while the federal watchdogs dream away. I am the apex predator at play. Somewhere out there, a naive fool still believes in the golden rule. He doesn't know the game is rigged. He doesn't know the graves I dig. I am the last man awake tonight. The evidence is gone, the data survives. No witnesses, no grand disguise, just absolute power in the dark. I am the last man awake tonight, untouchable when the stars lose sight. And when the morning finally brings the light, I will disappear into the white. The board resets, the money moves. I am the last man awake.
They move their assets across borders. They think distance provides security. But the global market is a closed loop, and I hold the key. Across the globe, dismantling networks they try to probe. Different cities, different corporate fronts, different targets for my silent hunts. Every offshore haven promised a wall, but I engineered the protocol. They tried to hide behind a foreign state, but my algorithms seal their fate. The jurisdictions shift their lines, but the syndicate maintains the design. Every horizon looks the same at night. When you manipulate the satellite light, they keep on running toward a safe retreat. But I own the ground beneath their feet. Every horizon looks the same at night. Just another sector in my line of sight. And somewhere between the borders they crossed, they realized the war was already lost. Value fade behind, erasing the empires they designed. They thought immunity lived in foreign banks, thought they could quietly break the ranks. But sanctuary is an illusion here. It doesn't exist in another hemisphere. You carry the debt wherever you go, and I am the one who runs the show. The global servers process the trade, and every rival is swallowed by the shade. Every horizon looks the same at night. When you manipulate the satellite light, they keep on running toward a safe retreat. But I own the ground beneath their feet. Every horizon looks the same at night. Another sector in my line of sight. And somewhere between the borders they crossed, they realized the war was already lost. I met a rival in a penthouse suite. He offered a fraction to avoid defeat. He said every market is a chance to run. I told him the acquisition was already done. His empire dissolved long before the dawn. Horizon looks the same at night. When you command the
guard believed in honor among thieves. I learned early that honor is just a liability. Trust is an illusion. Control is the only reality. The veterans told me to watch who I trust before I turned their empires to dust. I used to think the alliances were real before I learned how the syndicate steals. I played the game, I studied their names, watched their operations go up in flames. The market teaches what the boardroom hides, and I learned how the predator decides. Some lessons come with a financial drain, some arrive wrapped in calculated pain. I learned the hard way, every hostile takeover has a story to tell. I learned the hard way, the penthouse isn't very far from hell. They can lose everything overnight when my algorithms execute the strike. The truth doesn't care what they want to believe. I learned the hard way. Brought in a partner with ambitious eyes, believed she could navigate the corporate lies. She tried to extract the data in the dark, just another trader missing the mark. I didn't spend a year blaming fate and chance. I liquidated her assets in advance. The reflection in the black mirror stays cold, watching another rival being sold. The ledger tells what the PR conceals. Time reveals who controls the wheel. I learned the hard way, every hostile takeover has a story to tell. I learned the hard way, the penthouse isn't very far from hell. They can lose everything overnight when my algorithms execute the strike. The truth doesn't care what they want to believe. I learned the hard way. The most dangerous men I ever knew were the ones who removed their limits like I do. Not with bullets, not with street fights, but by erasing accounts in the dead of night. That is the tuition the empire demands. I learned the hard way, and I don't regret a single move I made. I learned the hard way, operating perfectly inside the shade. The path was ruthless, the nights were cold. That is exactly how the world is controlled. Now when the rivals ask how I built this reign, I tell them I mastered the pain. The lesson is over, the assets are mine. Perfect silence.
executive suite, same private bar, same city lights beneath the stars. The syndicate meets in the room we knew, and the chair across still waits for you. The public bought the corporate lies that you retired beneath quiet skies. But every quarter here I go, back to the boardroom that knows the media writes what I let them show. But the empty chair knows, the empty chair knows all about us. The leverage we pulled over, wire transfers and dust. The monopolies we built, the margins we'd steal. The hostile takeover that sealed the deal. The empty chair knows what I hide, the exact moment that you cross the line. I can fool the feds when the daylight shows, but the empty chair knows. The fixer stopped asking why. Years ago when you vanished in the night, he just secures the room and looks away, knowing some debts are too heavy to pay. Your ambition still lingers in this room, like a cold echo inside a tomb. And sometimes when the grid burns low, I remember the empire I overthrew. The market has a cruel way of moving on, long after the liabilities are gone. The empty chair knows all about us. The leverage we pulled over, wire transfers and dust. The monopolies we built, the margins we'd steal. The hostile takeover that sealed the deal. The empty chair knows what I hide, the exact moment that you cross the line. I can fool the feds when the daylight shows, but the empty chair knows. Tonight they offered to bring someone new to take the seat that belonged to you, but I keep it vacant, my old friend, as a quiet warning of how it ends. I look across the table in the dark and admire the silence you left behind. The empty chair knows all about us, but it also knows who controls the trust. The sole architect who commands the game and completely erased your corporate name. The empty chair knows where I've been, the silent war and the ultimate win. And though your ghost once threatened the throne, tonight it is just a chair, the seat is vacant. The board is mine. Perfect silence. Used to walk into every room, wondering what they think of me, changing colors like a chameleon, trying to be what they wanted to see. I wore confidence like a borrowed suit, a little too tight, never quite right, smiling for strangers, chasing approval, losing pieces of myself every night. It took a long road and a lot of mistakes to stop living for somebody else's gaze. Now I'm comfortable in my own skin, with every scar and where I've been. I don't need the crowd to let me in. I'm finally comfortable in my own skin. The years left marks, but I wear them well. Every line's got a story to tell. I stopped trying to be who I should have been and got comfortable in my own skin. The mirror doesn't show a perfect man, just one who survived what he had to survive. A few broken dreams, a few closed doors, and enough wisdom to stay alive. I don't miss the mask I used to wear, or the battles fought for empty praise. There's freedom in not needing permission to live life your own way. The older I get, the less I pretend, and that's a trade I'd make again. Now I'm comfortable in my own skin, with every loss and every win. The peace I found came from within. I'm comfortable in my own skin. No throne to claim, no race to run, no need to prove what I've become. The quiet feels more like home these days, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. One night I looked in my reflection, expecting to find regret. Instead I found acceptance, not because everything worked out, but because I finally stopped fighting who I was. I'm comfortable in my own skin, the kind of peace money never gives, the kind you earn after enough years of learning what truly matters. I'm comfortable in my own skin, not perfect, not undefeated, just honest enough to stand alone and call this life completed. Warm blues guitar, soft rain against the window, a distant train fading into the dark. I used to think elimination was just an event, a frozen account, a message I sent, a wiped out drive, a sealed vault door, and then you move on, nothing more. But the underground has a different design. I absorb the assets of those who resign, a rival's network, a laundering scheme, a shadow incorporated into my dream. The weak think they leave the past behind. I ensure the legacy is strictly mine. Every departure left something behind. erases their name. The old boss left a volatile crown and a habit of burning competitors down. The first trader left a lesson so clear, a reason to operate strictly on fear. A former partner left an empty seat at a private table high above the street. And every empire I thought I would break is just another territory I reshape. The rivals fall, the monopolies change, but my absolute power remains. Every departure left something behind, a ledger, a sector, a piece of their mind. Some left their capital, some left their pride, some left the leverage I carry inside. Every departure left something behind, like offshore accounts that only I find. They never walk away the same when the syndicate fully erases their name. I used to count the assets I gained, the boardrooms crossed, the rivals drained. Then one night, looking at the global grid, I realized exactly what my algorithms did. They never truly left the game. The capital flows under my name, in the hostile moves I make, and the territories I take. Every departure left something behind, a piece of their empire woven into mine. The years may blur the corporate dates, but not the wealth the predator dictates. Every departure left something behind, and that is the price of the ultimate win. They lose the power, the money, the dream, and leave it all to the machine. The assets merge, the rivals fade. Perfect silence. The weak mourn their losses. They weep over severed ties and burnt bridges. I do not mourn, I calculate the return on investment. Every liability I cut loose made the throne more secure. I used to track the alliances that broke, the syndicates that went up in smoke, the boardrooms that closed without a sound, the competitors I buried underground. I carried the intel like a loaded gun, a shadow monopoly second to none, thinking mercy was a debt I could repay, until I finally stripped it all away. Then one night, beneath the encrypted light, I saw the architecture in black and white. What I eliminated made me stronger, not when it happened, not right away. It took years of precision, calculated play to understand understand the absolute price I paid. What I eliminated made me stronger. Every severed tie, every hostile war didn't leave me vulnerable or blind. It locked the final vault door. The lieutenant who tried to take my crown taught me how to burn a network down. The insider who vanished when the order came taught me who to permanently erase from the game. The naive illusions I used to hold forced me to turn the operation cold, and the silent battles I engineered taught the global market what to fear. Some lessons come dressed as a financial drain. Only later do they solidify the rain. What I eliminated made me stronger. Every severed tie, every hostile war didn't leave me vulnerable or blind. It locked the final vault door. What I eliminated made me stronger. Though the board was chaotic back then, the liabilities that nearly cost the throne built the untouchable empire again. If I could speak to the younger man, operating blind in the dark, I would tell him, you are gonna shed things. Allies, illusions, versions of yourself. It will require absolute ruthlessness. But do not let it make you hesitate. Let it make you lethal. What I eliminated made me stronger. Not because the sacrifice is a noble art, but because I chose to execute the plan with a completely mechanical heart. What I eliminated made me stronger. Now when the midnight servers spin, I toast to every liability I dropped, for teaching me how to win. The liabilities fade. The empire stands. Perfect silence.
Weak men hold on to memories. They keep photographs and regrets. I only keep ledgers. The past is a liability, I erase it. Clock struck 2, the servers went dim. The mainframe processed the final skim. The fixer stacked the drives in line, erasing the footprint out of time. A cartel boss laughed near the exit door, the same way the others did before. Back when their monopoly felt secure, before I engineered the lethal cure. The era is ending cold and clear. No liabilities remain here. Last call for the old regime. Last breath of the corporate dream. Raise your glass to the fools holding on. By the morning light, they will be gone. Last call for the old regime. Before my algorithms clean the stream, some empires fall, some syndicates pay.
There's an encrypted file inside my coat. The final threat that the old guard wrote. A younger boss with reckless eyes believed he could compromise my prize. I tracked his network with my thumb, knowing exactly what he would become. Funny how the system wipes the details first and leaves the competitor in the dirt. The network goes quiet, the silence grows. The underground ledger finally closes. Last call for the old regime. Last breath of their corporate dream. Raise your glass to the fools holding on. By the morning light, they will be gone. Last call for the old regime. Before my algorithms clean the stream. Some empires fall, some syndicates pay, but no rival survives the break of day. My fixer looked my way and said, the past only haunts the men who leave witnesses. We left none. I stared into the amber light and authorized the final strike. Last call for the old regime. One more toast before they leave. To the rivals, the threats, the schemes that built the monopoly I command. Last call for the old regime. The market is closing the final bid, and as I secure the global grid, I ensure I leave no trace behind. The drives are wiped, the accounts freeze, perfect silence.
Weak men drink to escape reality. They hope the bottom of the glass hides their failures. I drink to appreciate the reality I created. The truth is simple. I own the board. Bartender nods, pours the luxury blend. We both know how the hostile takeover ends. A fresh glass lands on the marble wood. Another rival liquidated for good. The mainframe hums a digital tune, routing offshore funds beneath the moon. And every ledger cuts straight through to the empire I am expanding anew. They keep shifting the assets in their hand, but the absolute truth dictates the land. Another glass, same truth. No evidence left, no need for proof. They think they can outsmart the net, but the syndicate always collects its debt. Another glass, same truth. The leverage gets stronger, the strike cuts through. No matter where they try to hide, I control the rising tide.
ice melts slow, the market falls fast. Funny how I rewrite the corporate past. They spend years out running the ghost, then find me sitting as their silent host. The network gets quiet after 2. That is when their denial bows to my truth. Another glass, same truth. No evidence left, no need for proof. They think they can outsmart the net, but the syndicate always collects its debt. Another glass, same truth. The leverage gets stronger, the strike cuts through. No matter where they try to hide, I control the rising tide. The fixer said to me, most men don't come here to drink. They come here to negotiate with reality. I smiled. I don't negotiate with reality. I dictate it. Another glass, same truth. The night is mine when the daylight isn't. They came here hoping to escape the trap, but found the architect redrawing the map. Another glass, same truth. The hardest road is the one I paved, and somewhere between the first wire and the last, I stopped observing the world and started ruling it. The ice settles, the funds transfer. Perfect silence. Same executive suite, same private bar, same city lights beneath the stars. The syndicate meets in the room we knew, and the chair across still waits for you. The public bar, the corporate lies that you retired beneath the quiet skies. But every quarter, here I go, back to the boardroom that knows. The media writes what I let them show, but the empty chair knows. The empty chair knows all about us. The leverage we pulled over, wire transfers and dust. The monopolies we built, the margins we'd steal. The hostile takeover that sealed the deal. The empty chair knows what I hide. The exact moment that you cross the line. I can fool the feds when the daylight shows, but the empty chair knows. The fixer stopped asking why. Years ago when you vanished in the night, he just secures the room and looks away, knowing some debts are too heavy to pay. Your ambition still lingers in this room like a cold echo inside a tomb. And sometimes when the grid burns low, I remember the empire I overthrew. The market market has a cruel way of moving on long after the liabilities are gone. The empty chair knows all about us, the leverage we pulled over wire transfers and dust, the monopolies we built, the margins we'd steal, the hostile takeover that sealed the deal. The empty chair knows what I hide, the exact moment that you cross the line. I can fool the feds when the daylight shows, but the empty chair knows. Tonight they offered to bring someone new to take the seat that belonged to you, but I keep it vacant, my old friend, as a quiet warning of how it ends. I look across the table in the dark and admire the silence you left behind. The empty chair knows all about us, but it also knows who controls the trust, the sole architect who commands the game and completely erased your corporate name. The empty chair knows where I've been, the silent war and the ultimate win. And though your ghost once threatened the throne, tonight it is just a chair. The seat is vacant, the board is mine. Perfect silence, silence, silence.
They build their glass towers over our old safe houses. They think they paved over the past, but the infrastructure knows who laid the foundation. The city belongs to me. The city changed its face again. New corporate towers where my rivals had been. The old safe house, the smuggling door. They wiped the records from the floor. The civilians rush with lowered heads, financing their lives on my silent debts. Nobody stops, nobody stares, nobody knows I own the shares. But when the midnight grid comes down, I am the absolute architect of this town. The streetlights still remember the nights I built this empire in the cold. The offshore accounts inside my pocket, and the politicians I have sold. The streetlights still remember every hostile road I chose to take. Though the public moved on without me, they don't see the fortunes that I make. There is a concrete pillar by the river bend where I had a meeting with a former friend. We swore we would rule this town someday, until his ambition got in my way. One took a wire transfer and disappeared. One lies beneath the concrete this year, and I am still here pulling the strings, dictating what the midnight brings.
ledger keeps my name. The street lights still remember the nights I built this empire in the cold. The offshore accounts inside my pocket, and the politicians I have sold. The street lights still remember every hostile road I chose to take. Though the public moved on without me, they don't see the fortunes that I make. Amateurs fear being forgotten. They want their statues in the square. True power is a shadow. It operates perfectly in the dark. The street lights still remember the phantom who walked beneath their glow. The monarch who learned that strength is silent and burying the rivals deep below. The street lights still remember, though nobody dares to speak my name. And that is exactly how I rule. I don't need recognition, I own the game. The street lights dim. The grid is secure. Perfect silence. There was a time I feared the silence. I'd leave the TV on all night. Anything to keep the shadows talking. Anything to drown out my own mind. I'd fill my days with noise and motion. Crowded bars and empty friends. Running from the man inside me. Afraid of where the road might end. But loneliness has a patient hand. It teaches what no one else can. The quiet became my friend. Somewhere between the whiskey and the rain, when all the voices disappeared and I was left alone with the pain. The quiet became my friend. It never lied, it never pretended. It showed me truths I didn't wanna see, until they finally set me free. I learned the language of midnight, the hum of tires on distant roads, the sound of old regrets dissolving like cigarette smoke through a broken window. The city still shines outside my door, but I don't chase it anymore. I've made peace with empty rooms and conversations with the moon. Funny how the thing I feared the most became the place I call home. The quiet became my friend when the applause faded in the end, when the crowds moved on to someone new, and I finally heard what was true. The quiet became my friend, not because the world stopped hurting, but because I stopped fighting every feeling buried within. One night I sat in the dark, no music, no drink, no disguise, just me. And every mistake I'd ever made, I thought the silence would judge me. Instead, it listened. The quiet became my friend, the kind that stays when others leave, the kind that asks for nothing but honesty. The quiet became my friend, and now when midnight comes again, I don't run from the empty space, I sit beside it like an old friend. Was just an event, a frozen account, a message I sent, a wiped out drive, a sealed vault door, and then you move on, nothing more. But the underground has a different design. I absorb the assets of those who resign. A rival's network, a laundering steam, a shadow incorporated into my dream. The weak think they leave the past behind. I ensure their legacy is strictly mine. Every departure left something behind, a ledger, a sector, a piece of their mind. Some left their capital, some left their pride, some left the leverage I carry inside. Every departure left something behind, like offshore accounts that only I find. They never walk away the same when the syndicate fully erases their name. Left a lesson so clear, a reason to operate strictly on fear. A former partner left an empty seat at a private table high above the street. And every empire I thought I would break is just another territory I reshaped. The rivals fall, the monopolies change, but my absolute power remains. Every departure left something behind, a ledger, a sector, a piece of their mind. Some left their capital, some left their pride, some left the leverage I carry inside. Every departure left something behind, like offshore accounts that only I find. They never walk away the same erases their name. I used to count the assets I gained. The boredoms crossed the rivals' drain. Then one night, looking at the global grid, I realized exactly what my algorithms do. They never truly left the game. The capital flows under my name, and the hostile moves I make, and the territories I take. Every departure left something behind, a piece of their empire woven into mine. The years may blur the corporate dates, but not the what the predator dictates. Every departure left something behind, and that is the price of the ultimate win. They lose the power, the money, the dream, and leave it all to the machine. The assets merge, the rivals fade. Perfect silence.
Used to hating empty table, used to fearing empty room. Thought happiness was always waiting in somebody else's shoes. So I chased crowds through neon evenings, bought rounds for people I barely knew, laughing loud enough to hide the silence, running from the truth. I spent years searching everywhere for a piece that wasn't there. The best company I ever had was myself. After everyone else became a memory on the shelf. When the music stopped and the lights burned low, I found a man I never really known. The best company I ever had was myself. No lies to sell, no mask to wear, just an honest soul beneath the scars, learning how to enjoy the dark. I've sat alone in roadside diners, watched the sunrise through motel glass, drove for hours without a destination, just letting old ghosts pass. Funny how solitude changes once you stop calling it loneliness. What used to feel like an empty space became a place to rest. The world kept telling me to belong, but some men find themselves alone. The best company I ever had was myself. After the heartbreaks and the farewell bells, when every distraction finally disappeared, I learned how to listen instead of hear. The company I ever had was myself. The only man who stayed through every hell, every wrong turn, every midnight doubt, every road in, every road out. One night the bartender asked me, "You waiting for someone?"
I looked around the room, at the empty chair, the untouched second glass, the door that never opened, and I smiled. No, not anymore. The best company I ever had was myself, not because I stopped loving anybody else, but because I finally learned to stay when everyone else walked away. The best company I ever had was myself, and that's a hard-earned kind of wealth. No matter where these highways end, I'll never travel alone again. Slow guitar under a fading neon sign, the city settling into silence, a man finishing his drink unhurried.